First of all, what did you expect was going to happen to her? Number one, I don't think it's jealousy. Oh my God, she's getting all the endorsements. We're going to go after her.
Industry is football season and waiting for football. That CaitlinClark has become a leading source of content. You guys were flying before she arrived on one of those airlines that made you pay for a cup of water.
But she also has the ability to play multiple positions, and that's sort of starting to emerge.
What does Sophie Cunningham, CaitlinClark, and Reggie Miller know that we don't? First of all, what did you anticipate happening to her? First of all, I don't believe it to be jealousy. She has so many endorsements. It's unbelievable. We're going to pursue her. It's football season in the industry, and CaitlinClark has emerged as a top content provider. Before she came, you two were traveling on one of those airlines where you had to pay for a cup of water. However, it's beginning to show that she can also play a variety of positions.
I feel so bad.
Yeah.
These are grown women. This is the
They're professionals.
They are experts. This might change basketball's destiny forever, according to information that has been leaked. The details are still unknown, though. Why was the secret meeting held at a well-known Pacers facility? What is their ultimate plan? As we solve the puzzles around this groundbreaking announcement, stay tuned. What happens if Caitlin, Clark, Sophie Cunningham, and Reggie Miller are in the same room? Fans are desperately attempting to decipher their most recent, unexpected collaboration. However, this is what we currently know. The three of them were seen at the Indiana Pacers training facility under very strict conditions. Non-disclosure agreements, or NDAs, were signed by all parties. There was no sign of what was going on behind the scenes, and the doors were locked.
Not the t-shirts. You're going to do fine. I'd scale back on the CaitlinClark.
They are professionals. According to information that has been leaked, this could permanently alter basketball's future. However, the specifics are still unknown. Why was a well-known Pacers facility the location of the cover meeting? What is their final strategy? Stay tuned as we unravel the mysteries surrounding this historic announcement. What would happen if Reggie Miller, Sophie Cunningham, Caitlin, and Clark were all in the same room? Their most recent surprising cooperation has fans frantically trying to figure it out. But this is what we now understand. Under extremely stringent circumstances, the three of them were spotted at the Indiana Pacers training facility. All parties signed non-disclosure agreements, or NDAs. The doors were locked, and there was no indication of what was happening behind the scenes.
Fever. The fever with Caitlin's evaluation has got up 273.
The fever isn't that. According to Caitlin's assessment, the temperature has increased by 273%. On the other hand, Sophie Cunningham has become one of the most dangerous opponents in the WNBA. Every Knicks fan still shudders when they hear the name of Reggie Miller, one of the greatest shooters in NBA history, even as they are concurrently advocating for equality in the sport. They have already made their own distinct changes to the game. However, that's where things start to get interesting. Here are some reasons why time is so crucial. Women's basketball is finally gaining the momentum it deserves after years of neglect. Stadiums are crowded. There are games going on. Sponsorships are increasing and TV ratings are surpassing previous records. It's happening. However, there is still a gap. There are fewer opportunities, less funds, and a strong desire to increase the sport's popularity. In this sense, Reggie Miller's participation sends a statement. He is not merely a legend in basketball. As a torchbearer, he lends legitimacy and authority to this movement. Collaborating with Clark and Cunningham appears to be more of a planned move than an accident. Moreover, this doesn't appear to be a publicity stunt. Let's be honest, its accuracy and fascination proclaim something bigger.
To the highest level, it's going to be a learning curve. There's only so many rookies that's ever been successful.
Is this the beginning of a new partnership between the NBA and WNBA? Or is the goal to completely level the playing field? Basketball isn't the only thing this foursome is focusing on. The goal is to alter the culture. However, what precisely do they intend to alter? What if the goal of this whole endeavor is to change the course of history for everyone who has ever picked up a ball rather than simply basketball? The hint suggests something much greater than statistics or awards. Consider this: elite basketball players who are involved in more than just the court. Imagine receiving top-notch training in business, branding, and even media together with mentorship. It's not just a fantasy. This trio has the kind of broad perspective that they could truly develop locations where legends might educate the next generation and teach them how to rule the game and its financial aspects.
Were flying before she arrived on one of those airlines that made you pay for a cup of water.
Finally, the women's game is getting the well-earned news coverage that...
But here's the catch. It's not that simple. Nowadays, young players, especially in women's basketball, do not have the same support system as their male counterparts. Consider a 14-year-old girl growing up in a small Indiana town. Despite her talent, she hasn't had the resources to further develop it thus far.
I would love Caitlin to do
is get up one time and then just slap the out of it.
What is wrong with you?
Industry is football season and waiting for football that CaitlinClark has become a leading...
Imagine the same girl working out at a co-ed facility, where Reggie Miller stops by to tell her how to get better at three-point shooting, and CaitlinClark teaches her the mindset needed to coach a team full of seasoned players. What does her future hold with those tools? Completely different. And that's the primary concept. This isn't just a whim. The timing appears to be deliberate. The world has already seen the full potential of women's basketball thanks to CaitlinClark. There is a willing and receptive audience, as evidenced by the fact that her amazing performances have sold out stadiums and shattered television ratings records. Fans and young athletes who look up to Clark and want to be like her want more. This is the ideal time to promote that kind of development. Additionally, when someone like Reggie Miller is engaged, the possibilities for collaboration, cross-league partnerships, and media deals appear limitless. Maybe there's more to this partnership than just basketball. Maybe the objective is to eradicate the distinctions between leagues, players, and supporters and totally change the culture. If so, they do more than just collaborate. A new era is about to emerge. Is basketball about to undergo a revolution?
From college, and you're going to the pro ranks, right? What did she expect was going to happen? Why are people...
The rumors of mentorships and additional possibilities point to a vision that goes far beyond the game itself. Now is the moment to think about how, if they succeed, this could change basketball forever. Tell us what you think they might reveal and why they are in a good position to do so. It's intriguing. I keep saying that this young woman will have a significant influence on this team. I did, yes, since I don't think the Fever have an enforcer on their team. However, there are instances when it must come from. It's clear what they have planned. It's not finished yet. This is merely the...
Knew what they were getting into, right? Like, and I'll get to this in a second, but they brought Sophie Cunningham over in a